Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Roger Adelson with your weekend edition. We will review some of the top stories for this week and a few of your favorites. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. One of our top stories this week was a fire that ravaged a downtown building in Soap Lake. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
The cause of a pre-dawn Sunday fire that burned much of a commercial building that was last used as a tattoo parlor in downtown Soap Lake is believed to be electrical, possibly the furnace. One firefighter with Grant County Fire District 7 was struck in the face with a piece of falling debris requiring 3 stitches. No other injuries occurred in the fire reported at about 4 a.m. Sunday. The former Pastime Tavern building across Soap Lake's East Main from the Maskers Theater was the only structure damaged. The roof collapsed over the building's restroom space in the back third of the structure, where the fire appeared to be concentrated. The former tattoo parlor building was next door to a boarded-up commercial space that was burned in the past as well. The tattoo parlor building received extensive smoke damage. The fire was doused with the aid of Ephrata Fire Department's aerial ladder truck. Fire Chief Kirk Shepard said Fire District 7 assisted Soap Lake Fire Department with 10 firefighters, an engine, aid vehicle, and command vehicle. Kyle Lauder, owner of the building for more than 3 years, said he bought it when it was the Pastime Tavern and turned it into the tattoo and piercing parlor. He said it was not insured enough to be rebuilt, so it probably will be an empty lot. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Moses Lake locals braved the cold on New Year's Day for the annual polar bear plunge.
3, 2, 1!
There's a fine line between brave and a little crazy at the annual Moses Lake New Year's Day Polar Bear Plunge. After all, you have to either be brave, crazy, or a little of both to jump into a 30-foot square pond cut out of a block of ice they call a lake. Brr. But the annual event at Cascade Park is New Year's Day's craziness for a good cause. Donations went to the Grant County Animal Outreach Shelter in North Moses Lake. The noontime air temperature was at 32, and that's actually warmer than it's been the past 2 weeks. Water temperature was believed to be somewhere in the high 20s. Some 50 plungers took the dip into the icy waters to celebrate and in some cases scream in the new year. There were about 3 times the onlookers than those who took the plunge. They were the ones ashore bundled up and warm, staring at those wearing flip-flops, bikinis, and swimming trunks while carrying beach towels on ice. Moses Lake firefighter emergency medical technicians stood nearby waiting for cases of hypothermia, but it appeared that those who took the plunge were prepared to jump out, dry off, bundle up, drink hot cocoa, get into their warm cars, and swiftly drive home. A few teeth chattered afterwards, but no one suffered too long. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call the police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We will be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center and more of our top stories for the week.